This is the fourth video of Baby Booties and the final one. I hope you enjoy it. Good luck.
So now to do the tie, I usually I found that it takes about 4 yards of thread to do the tie, because you have to fold the thread in half like so and do 2 stitches. So leave a good tie thing about like so. Make your stitch there. Then it's chain 90 for the entire thing. Chain 90. There's 1, 2, and you keep going. Okay, when you finish that, you tie a square knot in the end. So I'm tying a square knot, which goes right over left and left over right. Here's the first one. Now I gotta go left over right. Okay, there's my square knot. Okay, now you take your thread, you double it again, and you put it around your pinky finger, and you count anywhere from 20 to 40, depends on how thick your thread is. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That should be plenty. Then you take your crochet hook, you take your needle, and you put it through your finger. Make sure you can feel your finger going through. Now I've square knotted that. Then you take one end, you split your thread, you've had 2 threads, split your thread, put it on your hook, and I have to use my teeth. So I pull it through. Nope, didn't work, so you start over. You can feel if it doesn't work because it starts stopping. So start over. Hook it onto your thingy, hook your thread onto your hook, pull it through. Aha, it went through that time. Pull it through a little bit more. There. You'll feel it tug on you a little bit. And you take one end and the second end and you square knot that as well. Only you have to pull it real tight. So you have to hold the thread real tight in one hand while you work the knot in the other. Pull it tight till you get it snug. Take it off your finger and double knot it. Tie a square knot again. Pull it tight. Hang on to that part because that's the part you're going to have to do a second time. Take your scissors. Be careful so you don't get your tie, the crocheted part, in your cutting. Take your scissors and cut it. It's best if you cut a little pieces at a time until you get to where you want to be. Now remember, you're still holding where you tied it off on a square knot. Almost there. Little dab more. Okay, now you take your one side of your thread, wrap it around till it's on the other end, hold it with your pinky finger, take the other end, go the same way, don't lose track of it, There's the other end, and here's one end. So you go around completely till you meet with the other side. You make a square knot again. Make your square knot. Okay, and there's your first pom-pom. So then you take this end, and find my hook again. Take your hook now, not the crocheted part of it, but the blend end of it. And you start in the middle. You weave in one and out the other. Make sure you don't hook your loopies though. So you have to push the loops out of the way. The reason why you start with the blend end is so you can hook your thread onto the hook part, like so, and pull it through what you've just gone in and out of. So here we go, in and out. Now I'm up to the top. So now I got to pull my thread through until I get to the crocheted part. And then I only go halfway because it's easier if you do it halfway at a time. So then I'm here. I stick it in and out, blend in first, in and out, and in again, and out in the same one I started from right there. So now I hook my thread again, and I pull it all, whoops. If you lose it, you have to start over. So here I am, I'm right there. Now I go in that one, out that one. Get my loops out of the road, in that one, out that one, in that one, and out again. Now I'll hook it on and pull it all the way through to the end. There it is. Now pull your thread. Keep pulling a little bit at a time. Okay, now you're ready for the second pom-pom. So go to the, I'm going to put that in my hair. Go to the end of your thread and cut it off, go straight out and cut. Then you have to square knot that, and square knot it and knot it again. That makes my square knot. Now you're ready to make your second pom-pom. And you're almost finished. Okay, now we finished both 4 tassels. And I know you're probably saying, ooh, yeah, they don't look like tassels. But now here comes the fun part. Put the 2 ends together like so. Okay, take your thumb and your index finger and put it together and squeeze so that it's about maybe 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch, and then cut. Now watch what happens. We're getting there. We still have a few pokey ups that need to get trimmed down. I normally do this over the garbage can because it becomes such a mess. But to show you, I'm going to do it this way. You make it so that it's flat and even all the way around. Well, looks like we've got a little bit down there that we need to redo. So now you've done 2 of them. You take it and you make sure it's even on the bottom. Okay, now you've done that one, now you do the other one. Put your finger up there, put your thumb up there, just kind of smooth it out and even it up a little bit. Okay. Now see, you can, oh, we've got a piece right here that needs to be fixed. So we'll just clip that. There. Now what we do is we gather up this extra that we've clipped off. And then we take maybe a yard of toilet paper or Kleenex, half dozen Kleenexes, stuff it down in the toe, stuff it in the bottom of the boot, kind of smooth it out, and gradually work your way to the top of the bootie. Now we're at the top. Okay, there. Let's see how that filled in real nice. Then you take and you make 2 little rabbit ears. One here, wrap it around, and pull it till you got your rabbit ears. There's 1 rabbit ear, and there's 2 rabbit ears. See, the rabbit ears are right there and right there. And there's your bootie. Voila, you're done. You're finished with it. Okay, now you have to do the next one the same way. Only I like stuffing it before I do the rabbit ears. So, we're going to stuff this one first. So I get my trusty toilet paper out. Go about like so twice. And stuff the toe real good so it stands out. Then you stuff the heel. Make sure it's flat. Very gradually take and stuff it up all the way to the top of your bootie, like so. Okay, now remember we still got to trim this off so it'll look like a pom-pom. Okay, so we're going to take everything, stick it to the top. Make sure you leave a space there. Take my trusty scissors. And snip. If you have better scissors than these need to be sharpened again, then use those. But these are just the right size. They're small enough and they work just perfect for what I'm needing to do. Now before I cut any more off, I check, make sure that's the length I want, and then I take one at a time. And do one at a time so that it comes out even. Like so. Oh, that looks perfect, that one. Let's try this one. Well, I need to cut off a little more of this one in certain places. So cut off a little bit here and a little bit there. Shake it out. Make 2 rabbit ears. Here's 1 rabbit ear. Wrap the thread around and stick it down in its hole around the tree and pull it out. There's 1 rabbit ear and 2 rabbit ears. Now you have your pair of baby booties. The reason why I started making these booties was my Aunt Vera showed me how to make them when I was younger, a lot younger. But she made me promise not to show anybody how to make them because they were her livelihood. She would sell them for $10 to the hospital and they would buy them from her, and that's how she made her extra money. And she showed me these in about 1976, and I have been making them ever since. And now she passed away at 113, so maybe I'll live that long. But in the meantime, I wanted to make sure that my children and grandchildren or anybody else that belonged to Aunt Vera's family, if they wanted, they could make them. I was the only one that wanted to make them at the first. And the first pair I made, Aunt Vera didn't tell me what I had to do. She just sat there and busily crocheted, and I asked her, I says, "How do you make those, Aunt Vera?" And she says, "Oh, well, you have to chain 33 first, and then you double crochet with the loopy that goes around." So I chained 33, and then I made the loopies, and then she told me that I had to make the stitches, but she didn't tell me how many I had to make. So that was left up to me, and I figured eventually I counted 13 that I did. And then she said I had to do 9 for the 9 double crochets for the toes. So I did 9 double crochets for the toes. Then when I finished, I took it into her. I made the 2 booties. And I took it in and I says, "Aunt Vera, this does not look like yours. What did I do wrong?" She started laughing. And she says, "Honey, you did everything right. But you didn't use the right kind of yarn." She says, "You have to use 3-ply yarn, which is a baby yarn, and then after you use the baby yarn, then you have to use either a size 7, size 8, or size 9 crochet hook." I stick it in my hair so I don't lose it. This hook right here. This hook is I have to find it. I think this hook is a size 8, because that's the one that I found was the best hook for me to use. But don't use anything bigger or it'll make it go out of shape like mine did at the first. And so since Aunt Vera passed away in, I think it was 1988 at 113, I waited and waited and waited for a long time. None of my kids have wanted to learn how to do it, so I hope that eventually the generations coming up will be able to learn how to make these booties that Aunt Vera showed me, because they are very important, very special to me. I've crocheted and made other things along the way, but the booties I thoroughly enjoy making because of the love that I have for my aunt. Oh, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, I forgot to tell you that I take and put them in a Ziploc baggie with the toes down, and that keeps them fresh and it keeps them protected so they don't get dust or dirt or anything on them. I've entered these in the fair and I've taken first place and best of show with them. So I know you can do it, have fun, and enjoy your crocheting of them.
This is the end of part 4. I hope you have enjoyed learning how these booties are made, and I hope you were able to see it. The problems I had with setting up the video camera was a bit difficult to get it so you could see the details of her hands as she worked the yarn into position. Maybe someday I can afford fancy equipment. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy and good luck and take care of yourselves.